Hello and welcome to Goa 365 Story Behind the Story. We are again speaking about the issues that are very prominent, burning issues that are affecting Goa according to a large section of society, that is double tracking, coal, the three linear projects. But now with us are people who have been in agitation for some time. I know them since they were there in the agitation against the mega projects and then against SEZs and now against these double tracking and the other related issues. So with us firstly is Zarina Dugina. Zarina, welcome.
Thank you.
Ramiro Mascarenhas.
Yeah.
Ramiro, welcome. And Arvind Menezes. Arvind, welcome.
Thanks.
Zarina, I would like to start with you. Now, could you give us a general picture of why these things happen, especially when these, according to the political class, all these projects are meant for the people, but a large section of society, especially in those areas, says, no, we don't want. How is that? Why is that thing happening?
I feel everything is it's tailored for perception of the people. First and foremost, in our state or in the country, the democracy revolves on who and how. So if we take that angle, the 73rd and the 74th constitutional amendments are meant to empower people so they can plan, think and live accordingly. So from that point of view, Goans are reduced to non-existent population. There is no voice. And whenever these things are given and pushed down, only top down is happening. Whereas our country believes in democratic values. I love my country because the India lives in its villages and I live in a village. And right from Regional Plan 2021 to now, it's always suppressing and pushing it down.
What could you be more specific? Now you're saying that the 73rd amendment and all that. What do you mean? Why is there are you trying to say that there is no people's participation, or there is no participation, or what exactly? Could you
Exactly, the consultation process is not complete.
Okay.
It's very opaque.
Okay.
It is said to be one thing, but quite contrary happens,
Okay.
as is evident in these three linear projects.
Okay.
The double tracking, the highways.
Explain.
Double tracking. Now, if you just take a simple statistic, double tracking for whom, for what, and why. All this while, we were content with the trains that came and the goods that got shipped. Right now, suddenly, it has dawned upon the powers that be in the state as well as center that we require this. But nowhere you will find, if you see the processes, where the Gram Sabhas, where the people are making a demand, I want a train, I want goods, I want another track, this is insufficient. Because
Okay.
till today, the transportation, the passenger number that commutes on these routes is not requiring any additional purpose. Futuristic. You say futuristic, the Goa population graph is on a downslide. In-migration is on an all-time high. So where does it leave the stakeholders to exist?
Okay.
To me, Goa is just getting fragmented.
Okay.
And we live in corridors like peeping toms.
Yeah. Okay. See, I understand in a way. Maybe I don't understand. So now I would like to go to Ramiro, because Ramiro also has been part of this this agitation on the double tracking. But Ramiro, you agree with what she says, or you have to add something more? What exactly you want to? Is your take on this whole matter?
I agree with Zarina.
Okay.
And
Especially with the environmental degradation and what she talked about.
environmental degradation, and also what she said about 73rd and 74th amendment. There is no consultation with the locals at all.
Okay.
And whatever projects, now consider the Sagarmala project. See, it is all the projects in Goa are revolving around coal. Basically, they are revolving around coal.
Okay, let me interrupt you slightly. Could you explain to us what is the Sagarmala project and how it's going to affect I don't know, I've heard something nationalization. So give us some details, please.
See, Sagarmala project is basically commercializing our rivers. It is happening all over India,
Okay.
and 5 or 6 rivers are part of it.
Hmm.
So I live in Lotuling, and river Zuari is very close to us, and which is also nationalized. And we have been fighting this from 2017,
Okay.
and we have taken resolutions in Gram Sabha, because Zuari has been nationalized, and there is jetty coming, okay, and after nationalization we have seen in the Sagarmala project that they will be used as channels for shipping.
Okay.
And when in a particular Gram Sabha, deputy captain of ports came to explain, we asked him, what are doing the nationalization for, and what are the jetties for? And he had no answer. They said it was for passengers, whereas the letter which they had issued to the panchayat had passenger stroke cargo. So we asked him, what cargo will you transport from here? We are not producing anything which can be transported, or we don't require anything. So he had no answer. So we feel that the jetties as well as the river nationalization is for coal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to do this, in the Sagarmala it has been mentioned that they will deepen these rivers.
Okay.
And if the rivers are deepened, the bands, the natural bands which are there, will collapse. And our rivers are living rivers.
Okay.
So ultimately it will become just channels, it will be dead rivers.
Okay. Okay. Now, Arvind, we have been speaking about this. We have been speaking about a lot of this double tracking, specifically double tracking. But before I go back to Zareen, I would like you to bring in little bit of how and why you all have got into this agitation. Why? Why do you don't want any of this?
You see, what happens is we got together for the simple reason that we find the government just trying to push things without really considering what ill effects it's going to have or what the end story is going to be. It's not that we are objecting to something that's going to be doing good. No, we look at it as going to be doing bad for Goa and for the Goans. Like Ramiro just said about the rivers going to be dredged and made deeper, for sure, along with the river being a channel, all the fields and the khazans that are there are going to get destroyed. So those are, it's just spelling a doom for Goa. Whether you talk of the forest area, whether you talk of the rivers, whether you talk of, you see the rampant hill cutting that they're doing just to fill up and do the highway. I'm not saying we don't require. We require, but do it in league with nature and environment. If we want Goa to survive the way Goa has been for the future generations and for posterity, we have to consider this. But Zarina also said that it's just from up it's coming down, forced. Take into consideration the people on ground. Ask, talk, discuss. Now with this, yes, they are informing the panchayats, they are taking recommendations, but honestly, all this is just being done to say at the end of the day, we followed procedures.
Okay.
Suggestions are not being accepted.
Okay.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. It is what I want has to be done. I don't think that's how democracy works.
Absolutely.
I don't think so. And the way it's going on, everything is heading up. I think we're going to end up with like Republic of India Private Limited. It's going to be totally private, with everything going private.
Maybe it's a good thing because
Yeah.
the government efficiency in the government is not there. Who knows? Anyway, yes, Arvind, I do get your
Yeah.
point. Yes, yeah, Zarina. Now, I would like you to elaborate more on what you started, the down to the top to down or down to top,
Yeah.
as well as the environmental degradation which we are seeing in a lot, in a large chunks of, because Goa once upon a time was very green, and the reason why people come to Goa, used to come to Goa, is because of that particular USP that Goa had. So on this
That-
environment.
That's exactly the DNA of Goa is nature and natural beauty.
Yes.
Tourism sold from the 70s till now. But now, I lament, maka white dista. Can I speak in Konkani? I'll just want to say that it pains, because tourism is supposed to, is garnering us, sustaining us, and we are going to kill the goose that lays the golden eggs. Now, all these projects, what happens? They have been taken and said they follow due processes. I feel if they had to follow the due processes, none of these things would have seen the light of the day.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
everything is happening in violation of the laid down rules itself.
Okay.
We have been fighting, to my mind. I would want to earnestly appeal to every Goan, every Indian, to be that constituent of your nation, of your state, and bother, because Constitution gives us the guarantee to protect and aspire to have something in equitable measures, right? So what has happened is nothing has changed on the ground. The loot and the rampant violations have multiplied. We had earlier the previous government who did wrong, we threw them out. We brought in a new government, the present dispensation.
Correct.
They have put us into the fire from the frying pan. So it is very disheartening to agree to this, but the sum total of all their actions in the name of economic development, and the show must go on, at what cost?
The show.
I'm so sorry, because the human being, his life and quality of life is not ensured anywhere. So somebody is sick, somebody is coming to Goa, Atiti Devo Bhava, because of that, Ami Sogla Kabar, Kaput. How are we to live?
Yeah.
Now over 2 lakh trees are going to be cut. Think about those birds, think about those animals. ती हुंय वयतली आनी आमची भुरगीं ही सुकणीं झाडां जनावरां हुंयच वयतलीं. भायल्या देशान वचून तेंचे झू खूंय आहा ते तरी थिंगा एक पाटी गोंया आसलोले. It pains. That is the truth of the matter is, let's be honest with our own souls. We were given the custody, the guardianship, not the wholesale right to do whimsically whatever you want. Power inebriates, I admit. But that is why the principal and opposition were there to keep it in tandem. And therefore, the appeal should be more for people to be proactive. It is the same old faces. We don't have a contract that we are going to fight for each and everything. We are doing the best we can.
In our own ways.
Yeah. And how best to say it? Like, we are supposed to be having the Western Ghats, the UNESCO World Heritage Hotspot, one of the 8 in the world, and our tiny Goa is not even half a district of other major states. So instead of protecting,
Okay, Zarina, let us get back to the Western Ghats a little later. Now, I want to go back to Arvind, because Arvind has been trying to get our attention.
Yeah, like,
on the issue. Yeah, Arvind.
like when like Zarina said about we brought in a change in the government, but it looks like they only act on a blame game. Oh, they had started it, they had planned it. We brought you guys because we wanted things to be amended.
Yes.
If we are going to follow and worsen situations, might as well you guys please disappear. We don't require you.
Arvind.
And for me,
Yeah, sorry.
this coming election, really, all my Goan brothers and sisters, please cast your vote sensibly.
Okay, that we'll discuss later.
Really,
Yeah, that
really.
we'll discuss later. Right. This my issues like now, environmentalists or people who are fighting are not the flavor of the season, as you know. So, do you feel that this is I'm not politicizing it, but I'm just trying to see that, do you feel that this is a wrong way, and it is pretty bad that we are going about neglecting the environment at the cost of I don't know, at the cost of development, as they say, quote unquote. Arvind, this is specifically for you before I go to
Yes, I will say for sure the major problem why this is happening is it's all about money and power. Power has hit the heads of the people on those seats, and you throw your money, flash your money, things are done. We are just rotating around 2 business houses in India for whom everything is being done. Goa is just being sold to them. That is what is happening. Environmentalists are correct in their way. We have always been fighting. In fact, we've got a very good guy in Claude Alvarez. I mean, he's been doing things, but you know, well, I really don't know what to say, believe me. It just upsets me. It just upsets me.
Yeah, see, Ramiro, what I want to know here on this is that, okay, we don't want specific types of development, or we don't want any development, like Sagarmala X. What is your take on this? Do we need development? What type of development we need? What is the definition of development according to us? Because ultimately, see, we are Goans, we are Indians, proud Goans, proud Indians, and we want what is best for our nation. We want what's best for our state, right? So what is your take on this?
See, as Arvind said, this is being done only for some corporate houses.
Correct.
See, this is not a local demand from the people that we want our rivers to be commercialized or our railways to be double tracked. This demand is coming from the top. It is coming from the top, and it is not being done in a sustainable way. They're just trying to commercialize everything.
Okay.
So there is no sustainable development.
Okay.
Now this, for instance, rivers, this bund system of ours is hundreds of years old, and I don't think that this system exists anywhere in India or perhaps anywhere in the world. And this commercialization of this river will destroy that. And as Arvind said, khazans will be destroyed. And we feel that they have eyes on our khazans also, to use the khazans as stockyards for coal.
Okay.
Then what are farmers going to do? What are fishermen going to do? They totally depend on this khazans for farming, as well as fish breeding, and also a lot of fishing goes on. So what are these people going to do? So transporting coal and other goods is not our local people's demand.
Correct. Absolutely. And especially not coal. This is something
Yeah.
that whatever.
And how, as Zarina said, how can tourism and coal hub exist together?
Correct.
Now in MPT you can see the passenger berth and the coal berth are side by side. So the passengers who are the tourists who are coming to Goa, are they coming to see the coal hub? It's ridiculous.
Okay. Now see, we have like not too much time. Next between 5 to 10 minutes. I want to know. Now we've seen what are the problems. We've seen the difficulties, the problems, the mindset of various sections of people. Now what I want to know, and I'll start with you, Zarina, because you've been involved in agitations earlier also in mega projects and stuff. What are the solutions for the state? What do we need to do so as to as Ramiro said, sustainable? What do we need to do? How do we get to know? We need good roads, we need this, we need X. What do you feel? Plus we need tourism, because now there is no mining. We need tourism. Pharma is very limited. So tourism is meant for everybody. So what do we need to do to maintain this Goa? As I'm just taking a take on yours, the goose that laid the golden egg. So on that, so we'll start next 5 minutes, 7 minutes. I want to talk on this.
The thing is, what is it that we are known for? Our nature, our culture, cultural exchanges. This, like it was not a heavily industrialized spot. It was scenic, beautiful, and that ecosystem is not everywhere in the world. That is what made us unique. So ecology and its concerns, it is all a chain, it's interlinked. You touch one, the whole thing will get disrupted. The balance will go.
Will it get disrupted in case these
it will.
things come up?
It will, because see, once you interfere, now the world over, the happiness index is spoken about. What is it? What does it say? If you're happy, if you can get clean air, potable water, and food to eat. So basically, if you have, like, India is an agrarian economy, and we are. It is agriculture that sustains everybody else. It is made to look like mining is the backbone. Now what? Without mining, haven't we survived?
Absolutely.
We fall back on things. We don't depend on us. Atmanirbhar, I love that term. Let's be self-sufficient, and it is possible because our population is so small that we can sustain ourselves. We have good monsoons, we have fertile fields. Why are we burying our water bodies and fields and putting concrete monstrosities and calling it development? For me, it is devastation.
I just would like to add one thing to that. There was a story file, there was a video which went viral where the CM says that no, it is not possible to do Swayam-Nirbhar, it is not possible to be self-sufficient. So you agree, you disagree? Zarina, and then you?
All this while we've been celebrating India, its diversity, and everybody is given cooperation to fantastic, clean, Swachh Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat. We are all doing our parts. Now suddenly if the Chief Minister decides, I don't think he's having Goans, concerns at the heart. Because you can't go across the border of the state and call people and say, come avail of us, we are so capable. So if we are capable of looking after another state's population for health and other logistics and things like that, why are we not able to sustain our own selves?
Ramiro, your take on this?
The CM is contradicting himself. In Goa, he says that we have to be at Swayambhu and whatever, and he goes out of the state and says no, it cannot be, and he is contradicting his Prime Minister also. I mean, his Mr. Modi, he wants us to be Atmanirbhar, and he says no, it cannot be.
Yeah, and of course, the funny statement that came a while ago saying that the trees are being cut, but we'll be planting trees in Karnataka. Wow! I can't understand. Do these people who make these statements really?
One sec, stop. Do these people? This is the
Can I add something?
Yeah.
A full-grown species, a forest tree is cut of 70-80 years old, and a sapling is put of 3-4 leaves. What is our carbon sequestration? What is the carbon footprint?
Correct.
Our scientific community has been making efforts, but is the government listening? I wish they would, because that therein lies sustainability and survival of the state, or else it will just be an experiment that is bombed. And we should not allow it. Goans will not allow it. We are into activism or whatever it is called is for this reason.
Let me go into something that
Arvind.
I've been saying quite often.
Yeah.
It's very nice that we have this thing called Vanamotsav.
Yes.
Oh, this is school days, I remember.
From school days,
Yeah.
and religiously every year we've been planting trees. I think it's how many years since I was in school last?
Long time. Let's just say long time.
But where are all those trees that have been planted? Just a mockery. You plant one here, the next day you come and plant same place because that sapling has not been taken care of. This is the sad reality of what is happening. There's no serious concern. Just because someone has said that you got to do so-called Vanamahotsava, it's done.
Okay, I bring
Anyhow.
you back to now. I'll bring.
Yeah.
It's like we almost out of time. I want to bring you all back to politics now. Little bit of politics now. See, ultimately, who rules the state? Who rules the country? Politicians. So, ultimately, don't you think that the people of Goa get the rulers they deserve? What do you feel? I don't know. Quick closing statements and whatever you all want to say on this, starting with Iman.
The people should put aside all their egoistic thoughts and come on board and make a difference to their existence.
How?
We'll have to think out of the box and do something very drastic, probably.
No, don't get bought by somebody.
Why you get bought and then you vote for who you want?
Well, if you want to do that, wow, that's an interesting one, yes. But I'm saying this is what happens, you know. And if you see now, there are football tournaments, there are some agriculture stuff coming up somewhere. Roads are being...
Yeah, foundations.
Wow,
Lord.
very interesting. You know, roads are being done.
That is a development.
That's the
Roads are being
development.
tarred.
But there's
And-
1 year before a few months or whatever.
A few months.
Why?
Before
Why?
the rain.
That's because they just want to show the people, yeah, we are doing something.
But people are getting impressed. You feel? You
That's
guys
the,
feel?
that's
And more casinos coming. That is not our culture. Song, dance, show must go on. But
show must go on.
our fabric is completely shredded and thrown to the wind. We
You
have
know-
to fight it. We
you know,
have to throw these people
we,
out.
we have been actually laughing and joking, but you know, getting down to seriousness, where are we heading? For me, we are like a, you know, you cut a chicken's head and the burger just runs around in circles. Headless chickens, heading nowhere.
Somebody has been, somebody had made this statement, I don't recall exactly.
We will not require the state government shortly, because the way the central government is imposing now with the major ports bill,
Then yeah.
half of South Goa is going to be ruled proxy by the center through the port trust, the
I
MPT.
think actually minor port also, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
It is reached. I think it is going to reach Savadde. The jurisdiction is going to reach Savadde, and it is not only jurisdiction now. They are going to decide what developments are going to happen all along the riverine.
You know, apparently this whole thing from Panjim, you know, Cabo,
Yeah.
the whole thing
Yes.
going down there is going to come under jurisdiction of MPT.
That's
And that land, even if you have a house, you want to do something, you want to take MPT permission. I mean, it's just
could be
ridiculous.
interesting. I must
It's
say.
ridiculous.
Anyway,
Ridiculous.
people have to take this into consideration, because this is going to be the new reality. Looks like, unless
And be mindful who the government is accommodating. Like
Yeah.
casinos are given write-off of 270 crores when they are making profits.
And our
Huge profits, huge
politicians, local politicians are going to lose their jobs if there is no, if the center is going to rule.
okay, then I'm sure they'll be accommodated. A lot of committees. I'm sure they'll be accommodated. Okay, guys, we've run out of time. It was interesting, though. I mean, it was a spirited discussion, but seriousness, it is ultimately, a lot of it is pretty serious. So we need to introspect, we need to think, and probably elections are coming up, municipality now, assembly now. Hopefully that the people will will think about what they're doing and move forward. Zarina, thanks a
Thank
lot.
you.
Ramiro,
Thank you.
thanks a lot. Arvind, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Glenn.
And thank you
Yeah.
for watching Goa 365.